Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome
to
back. Hey
Hey
guys.
guys.
Welcome to what? Come on, babe.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
guys.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the how manyth greeting?
Fifth.
It's like our fifth one. The way we're so out of touch.
Yeah, we're not good at this anymore.
Yeah. Take over.
What? I don't even know what's this video about.
We're talking about our life update. We
Oh
bought a
yeah.
house
Oh yeah,
now.
guys. We bought a house.
Yeah. With a few thousand square meters.
It's quite big.
Why is that a flex?
That's what she said.
Anyway, guys, so today's video, actually I haven't done a video in a while,
Yeah.
outside of podcast. So today's video is just I think a life update that we bought a house. So guys, we tried to buy our first house in 2017.
2017, yeah.
2017,
When we got married.
when we got married, we wanted to buy the apartment we stayed in. Luckily for us, the bank was like, nope,
Nope.
you don't afford it. And obviously we were like devastated.
We were so hurt.
We were so hurt. The house was perfect.
Yeah.
And then we've basically tried
It
to
wasn't
buy
perfect. It was far from perfect, but it was perfect for us
for
at
us
the time.
at the time. Yeah. And then I think we've tried to buy like 3-4 other houses since.
Basically, every year
Every year we've tried
we
to buy a
decide,
house.
no, we're not gonna rent. We're gonna
Buy
buy.
a house. And then eventually we got to a point where we're just like, you know what? It's clearly not time.
Yeah.
Let's just stop it. Like at the right time,
It's
it will
enough for us.
happen. For now, let us fully immerse ourselves in the renting. Let us rent the best house we can rent, decorate it, enjoy it, and that we did. And then eventually, after we had stopped, you were on Property 24 for some
Yes.
reason.
Yes. But this is recently, no?
This is recently, yeah.
Yeah. So I was on Property 24. I'm just looking at houses. Like I think it's because of lockdown. So when lockdown happened, we realized that where we were staying, I mean, we had a garden and we had a pool, but it wasn't. No, actually, the first lockdown, the place that we were staying, we didn't have a pool. We had like just a little small deck.
Yeah.
And
child.
and we had just gotten our second baby.
No.
We're pregnant with a second baby.
Yeah.
And so, that lockdown was hard, guys.
And then we had to work from the garage.
Oh my gosh, it was so messy. The house was constantly big.
Yeah.
It was just packed.
Yeah.
And it was so uncomfortable. And then we started realizing, okay, actually our family is growing because
Yeah.
Bumi is pregnant at this time. And we had to take back Lila eventually because
Yeah.
that's when we first got Lila as well. This is last year.
Yeah,
right?
last year.
And
It's
so
last year?
yes, babe.
Shucks.
Time flies.
Yeah.
So this is like we just got Lila. Bumi is heavily pregnant. She's literally about to pop. And we in this, and then they lock us down, and we realize, guys,
This ain't
like
it.
this ain't it.
Yeah.
It was working before with one kid.
Yeah.
And you know.
And we couldn't have a helper in as well because our house was not big enough. That's
Yes,
another
and
thing.
our helper couldn't help us. So our helper couldn't help us. So it was like, then I was like, okay, cool. We clearly need a bigger space. So in my own time, I'm just like on Property 24, but I'm thinking.
No, but then we first moved.
Oh yeah, then first what we did is but remember before we moved we wanted to buy.
Oh, we wanted to buy before we moved.
So
and we found a
yes.
house. Yeah.
So we find a house like a bad fixer upper.
Yeah, like-
Just something that just needs Jesus, guys.
Yeah.
This house needed
But
Jesus.
we wanted the square meters.
Yeah, but we wanted this because we've always wanted like a house over 1,000 square meters.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
And so we found something, and then we did like a whole application, and then it fell through, and we were so hurt.
I cried. I think I was also pregnant.
Yeah, so Mpumi was like high on hormones.
And I cried, and
And
I was just done with buying houses now.
Yeah, and then she gave up. So then we eventually found a rental that it catered our needs for the time. It was big enough. And when we were living there, we knew Utivele, like, okay, I think after this, because also it was quite expensive to rent there.
Yeah.
We knew that after this, like, we can't find a better place to rent.
And also we were saving now towards buying a house cash.
Yeah, so
Because remember, sorry.
the story's all
It's
over the place.
The thing is, we had been saving all the time.
Yeah, so
we've
from 2017.
We've always had like a house. No, not from 2017. Well,
2018.
the 2017 savings were not for the house.
Okay.
I think from around when Nuri, like late 2018, 2019.
Okay, so
no,
from 2019,
we started actively saving towards buying a house.
Yeah. So, but we were just saving like a deposit. We were just like, maybe.
But it was,
maybe we can put in like a 10,000.
Yeah.
You know, it was that kind of savings. We weren't being serious. But then the more we got rejected, the more our savings grew, and it just got more and more. And so, like when we were living at this last rental, it was, like I said, it was quite expensive to live there.
Yeah.
But we needed it.
Yeah.
So we were fine with paying the price.
But we couldn't put pictures on the wall. Well, we could, but then we knew.
So we were still limited. So we were basically paying a bond, but we were not without the perks of owning the house.
Except we changed the kids' room. That's the best we could do. Like, could do the kids in the office.
But we were so limited.
Yeah.
So eventually we were like, and another thing was this, Uguti, like once you cross that threshold in terms of rentals, it's very hard to find a place that works, because eventually then you're just like paying an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
So we knew, okay, this is the last time.
Yeah.
And we're only gonna do this for a year and get our things together. No, but we knew that we're getting our things together, because remember, you even got that accountant guy.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So we started focusing. When we moved in there, we started focusing our energies. So we started planning for a house.
Yeah.
Basically to buy a house. And so everything we did was geared towards that. And then we started looking for houses.
Yeah.
And so when we started looking for houses, we were looking like, because we were rejected, we had been rejected 3 times before. We were so hurt. So we put our standards really low.
Yeah.
And we were just looking for like some crappy old house that maybe in time we can fix.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day I was just thinking, so in my mind I'm
then we went to go view these houses. Then eventually I was fed up. I was just like,
Mpumi was just like, this sucks, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, I'm good.
And so in our hearts we'd given up. But then that night I went home and I was going through like all these property apps. And I remember thinking, no man, firstly I think we need like a sort of a benchmark.
Yeah.
Or like a blueprint, like a house that we aspire to live in.
Yeah. Oh, also this was after we had considered building. We went to look at a stand.
Guys, a lot happened last year. So we even went to look at stands because we just couldn't find what we wanted.
In a house,
in a house. And we heard people say, it's cheap to build, but those people, they live in Mpumalanga. It's not the same here. Anyway, so we considered everything, and then eventually that night, after we got disappointed by the last house we viewed, I was like, I want to see, like, in the area that we want to live, the type of house that we want, how much does it cost, and what does it look like? And then I found this house, guys. Like, it literally looked exactly like Mpumi's Pinterest.
Identical.
Like, it was
Shockingly identical.
Everything she wanted, and I found it, and I said, babe, hey, look, here's this house. Firstly, that house was twice our budget.
Yeah.
So I showed her the house, and she was like, she looked at it, she's like, oh, it's nice. And then she saw the price, and then she someone threw me the phone. Like, she was just like,
I was just like, babe, come on.
It's
because we had agreed on an amount, and I'm very frugal with finances.
Yeah.
So if the bank says I afford 10 Rand, I will take 2 Rand. Yeah.
So after that, then I was like, it's fine. But then I saved the house. So I saved the house on the app. And then I think maybe a week or 2 weeks later,
you got a notification.
I got a notification. This house had dropped in price.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at it. It's still, guys, it's still like too expensive.
Yeah.
But it's dropped. And all of a sudden, I think to myself, no, man, I can convince you. So I go to Mpumi and say, babe, that house that you liked dropped in price. Like, we should go view it. So Mpumi is like, no. So eventually I tell her, I say, Mpumi, let's just go see it.
Just so we can have an idea of
just to know what it feels like to live in this. I even tell her, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to make sure that the agent thinks that we can afford it. Like, I'm going to do all these things.
Yeah.
And then Mpumi agrees to do it.
Yeah.
So we go to the house and we go to view it. And then we take Nuri with even.
Yeah.
We take Nuri.
Oh my gosh. Firstly, when we park, the trees. It was the trees.
Oh my gosh.
The trees for me sold it. And then Nuri, and then we walked around like the house, the floors. Guys, when I say my vision board matches this house, I'm not even kidding.
Phela ungathi this house abantu abazi ukuthi this was the house.
Oh, my vision board matched that house. Not even kidding. And then we go up, and then Nuri goes into the kids' room, and she goes, "What?
she goes, my new room. So Nuri sees the room and she says, my new room. And the room was really nicely decorated. They had really nice beds and they had rainbows on the beds and Nuri loved.
It was just perfect.
And it was just perfect. And then we walked around the house and the house was just perfect. It had everything basically the way we needed for our lives.
Trees, square meters, and a fireplace.
Yes.
It's what I looked for in a house.
Yes, and a massive garden,
Yeah.
a good lawn, a big swimming pool, needs to be Olympic size. It needed to have office space. It needed to
Yes.
have,
Guest room,
servants'
servants'
quarters.
quarters, etc.
Yeah, so, fast forward. This is the house, guys. Ta-da!
Well, we managed to negotiate. The only reason we could negotiate was because we had a big deposit.
Yeah, we had a huge deposit.
We had a huge deposit, so it was an offer they couldn't refuse. And here we are. But before we got here, guys, we almost didn't have this house also.
There was so many hurdles. A lot of them also because of COVID.
Yeah.
Some of them because of just
The devil.
weird things. Like at some
Like
point,
Son would say the devil.
the devil.
The devil.
At some point, we got blacklisted.
Like
Out of nowhere.
that was the weirdest thing. Like, you know when they said we blacklisted, that's when I knew we have to go, like it's warfare.
Yeah.
Like we have to
we
like
had
it
to
was
tighten
warfare.
up.
We had to tighten up. And then we got blacklisted, and then the bank said, sorry, we have to review your bond. Now this is after we have put in our notice. We are sure now things are happening. We supposed to move in about 2 weeks. We get blacklisted, and then the bank says they're reevaluating.
Yep.
So now we don't know if we should start looking for another place to stay because our where we were, it's already taken, or do we hang tight? But it was so it was crazy.
It was so messy, guys. And on top of this, we had so much work that we had to do. I had just taken on just a new contract. Mpumi
crazy.
had stuff just piling up, and we had so much work to do, and we had to be in Joburg, but we couldn't get a place to stay because you obviously can't get a lease for a month.
Yeah. And then there was now a backlog at the deeds office. They said it's a week. So that week we're like, okay, no, we can stay at an Airbnb for 3 days, and then for 3 days at Brendan's sister's house, and then we'll move in that Friday. We went and we stayed. We got some work done the 3 days, then we went and stayed at my sister's house. Another backlog. That week we went and we stayed at your sister's house again. Another backlog. So now we're staying with my sister-in-law.
Yeah, there was
and
COVID
it's like
cases.
COVID case after COVID cases. We're 40 k's away from Nuri's school. Our stuff is in boxes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think at some point that we all were sick. It was just like the messiest time. And then we moved to an Airbnb again. So we were basically homeless for about a month.
Yeah. I literally wore the same outfit every day.
There's this jacket and these shoes.
But yeah, man, at the end of the day, it was so worth it.
Yeah.
We've been in the house now, a week?
A week?
Been in the house for a week.
It's surreal.
It feels like home, guys.
Yeah.
It's empty. We chose a little corner that we can shoot.
So we don't look like we don't have furniture.
So we don't look like we don't, but I mean, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even in its emptiness, it's so filled
Yeah.
with love, and it's just such a beautiful home. We're so happy. And Zanzan is calling us because it's playing outside.
So before we get into the more technical stuff, just wanted to give you guys a little update, and that's why there's been a bit of inconsistency.
Yeah, a whole lot of inconsistency.
A whole lot. Everything in me was cringing. We tried so hard, but eventually we're just you know what?
Yeah, because we wanted to at least keep things going, but everything was falling apart.
Yeah, we had to do what we had to do. But we're here now. We're excited. The kids are happy. And we're feeling extremely, extremely blessed.
So grateful.
And more than anything, I think we realized that it's God's timing. We weren't ready when we wanted a house. And we look back at all the houses we wanted to choose. And you know what? God's plan's better.
Yeah, they were wrong.
And God's timing is so much better. And
the few things that I think we've learned.
Yeah.
That maybe we can help you guys if you are looking to buy a house.
Yeah.
Bumi.
Do you want me to take the segment?
Bumi's good at listing stuff.
I think number one, take your time.
Yes.
We all feel a rush to buy a house, especially when you're married. We feel like you have to own property and you never know where your family is gonna go. So
Yeah.
I think it's important to take your time, look around the market, and also
Understand your needs.
understand your needs and kind of know what you want.
Yeah.
So that when you look, you kind of look in the right direction. Number one. Number two, save a big deposit.
Yeah.
Especially if you're self-employed and especially if you're self-employed and a creative or freelancer, the banks aren't very lenient with borrowing to us. So make sure that you've got a huge deposit. Make sure you save for your transfer costs if they are gonna be for your property. But save. Save as much as you can. Try borrow as little as possible. Number three, make sure you get a good accountant and you make sure that you are good with SARS, you pay your taxes, and you understand what's happening in your books.
Yep.
And what's number four?
Like if you're creative, try and pay yourself a consistent salary.
Oh, yes.
That's important
Very
because
important.
especially for us, we're freelancers, so we're obviously getting paid per job as
Yeah.
opposed to a salary.
Yeah.
So try and keep it consistent.
Actually, pay yourself a salary. This is what I wanted to
Yeah.
explain earlier.
Yeah.
What we do is I have a company, Pumile Double Creative, and Brendan's got Bond Creatives. And then, so all our jobs, basically, when we invoice with the
Through the
companies.
company.
And then at the end of the month, the company pays us a salary. So basically, we'll decide, okay, this is how much I need.
This much.
Mfulukola this much. It will allow me to pay all my expenses, be able to save, and still have money in my bank account by the end of the month. Because at the end of the day, you want your bank account, your cash flow to look good. So you pay yourself that amount consistently, at least for a minimum of six months.
Yeah.
Né? Yeah.
And I think number five, credit, guys. You need to have
yeah.
good credit.
Yeah.
Like especially for us, we don't like credit,
Yeah.
but you have to have it.
Unfortunately.
You have to have a record where you've paid consistently.
Yeah.
And so it's important that you make sure that you have good credit.
Yeah. For example, I didn't have any credit, so for me, I just got, or for example, someone who doesn't want to get into credit or who's scared they won't be able to control it, get like a furniture shop account. Buy something small for like 3,000 Rand and pay it off over 24 months. That way, it doesn't eat in your cash flow. It's not like a debt that's like bothering you, but you know that you've got credit. Or I think a cell phone contract.
Yeah, or even if you're getting bigger stuff, because I think also buying a lot bigger stuff reflects well on your credit record if you paid well. What I did was I bought a lot of like expensive equipment, but I'd put in like a 50% deposit, and then I'd pay the rest off, or I'd buy the thing and then I'll just pay it off like sooner than I have to.
Yeah.
So if it's gonna take 12 months, on maybe the 7th month, I'll just close the account and pay the balance. Because then it's good, because then you have it on your record. It's, okay, you bought something for this much, and you're able to pay it off, and you actually paid it off quickly.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, they're really, really great. You don't want credit to be the thing that's stopping you.
Yeah.
But all the other steps also, like when you have all those things together, I think you can get yourself
A good
really
house.
nice house.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to the financial aspect of things, the credit stuff, be very careful. Check out pages who focus on your credit. We just shared what worked for us. But more than anything, I think we're just grateful to God that we finally homeowners.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and one last thing, babe.
What?
Affordability, guys. So what really helped us is, like I said, put away the amount of money that you want to pay in the bond.
Yes.
And not use it, even if it's like 6 months, so that you can see that you really can afford it.
And be comfortable, because at the end of the day, you don't want to live in a
comfortable.
nice house, but
Yes.
also because
Because these things add up,
Yeah,
and
they
it's
do.
not just the bond, it's the rate, it's the thing. So put away all that money, and if you can, like now, Nje, you need to buy a lot more. Like we have a gardener, but we don't have the equipment. So, but like it's that thing. You need to know that that you can live the life that you're living, even while kind of taking that amount and putting it away monthly. So that's a big key, I think, thing that you guys can try and do, and I think we did that. we made sure that we can afford it.
Yeah.
We made sure that we're in a place where we are on top of things. We have savings still.
We're comfortable.
We have we're very comfortable.
Life doesn't change.
Life doesn't have to. In fact, life needs to get better
Yeah.
because, like Mpumi said, the expenses are gonna get more.
Yeah.
So you need to be in a positive place. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. I think in terms of, I know people are going to ask if we're going to give a house tour. We're not going to give a house tour, but Brendan's going to show the renovations of his...
So we're not going to give a full house tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think we'll do, when we do renovations in parts of the house,
Yeah.
eventually at some point.
Yeah, I think
we will
that
show
we'll
that
share,
because
yeah.
Mpumi's got an office that she wants to build out
Yeah.
over the next year.
I first need an idea. I don't even know what I'm going to do.
She's gonna show you guys that. You guys are gonna come along for that journey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on my studio. Hopefully, if lockdown allows
Yeah.
for it to happen. But I've already started working on my studio
And the kitchen. Definitely
and the kitchen, and we're doing our kitchen. We already have a nice kitchen, but Mpumi has an idea, guys.
I
Pinterest.
do, but listen, the kitchen might not change now. That's why I'm saying, like, I think over time,
Yeah.
I'm still feeling the house.
Yeah.
I thought when I get here, I'm gonna do all these changes, but now I'm just like, I actually like this, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see, we'll feel it out.
It's weird.
and-
It works, you know. It's
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll feel it out, and every now and then, like Mpumi said, maybe we'll put in some content that's about this whole vibe.
Who knows? All right, guys. That was a tough.
This is so
this
hard.
is the toughest video. Like I feel
Jeez.
like I'm
How
a
do people do
newbie.
this?
Oh my goodness. Right, guys. Mwah.